Welcome to the Daily Business Brief here at the Daily News Network. I'm Jack Sears, your host. When we get together, we talk about business, news, trends, and strategies. And today, we have a very special guest. We have Jason Bright with Superior Scaffolding and Insulation, Inc. And joining us as my co-host is our sponsor for today's show, Bill Prescott with the Heritage Capital Group. Welcome, Bill. Welcome, Jason.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Good.
Good to see you. So Jason, tell us a little bit about your business, and are you relatively new to the Jacksonville market, but give us some background.
Okay, so I got my start in this industry about 30 years ago in North Alabama. I moved to Jacksonville in 2000. I've been here ever since. I did spend a few years in the Tampa market. Yeah, that's kind of how we got started here. I've been through a couple of different companies, in this business, and I'm lucky enough now to be with a good family-owned business here and running it in this area.
That's great. And so what do you consider your secret sauce? What sets you apart from the other companies that are out there?
Well, that's a great question. I will say responsiveness, because I hear it day in and day out. Our competitors don't respond when the customer calls, and sometimes we end up getting that call and we respond. I mean, we have one phone number and it rings everybody's phone, so if anybody calls it, they're going to get an answer and they're going to get service right away.
Yeah, that's great. And I imagine your competition is some of the bigger, larger companies that you're competing against, and maybe national companies.
They are. They have a big name, and that kind of gets them in the door sometimes easier than it does for us. But when we do get that opportunity to shine, we go in, we perform well, safe, and obviously that's a big thing in our industry. And we look to get the call back.
So I imagine quite a bit of repeat business in terms of
once
you get your foot in the door.
That's the key. As a lot of people, they try to win the job just to get that job, but we try to win the future opportunities, taking care of them right then so that they don't want to use anybody else the next time.
That's good.
Thinking about your business and the environment, are there any trends that you see on the horizon that would be good to share with our audience?
Our business is kind of unique in what we do. It's just we provide access when access is difficult. So there's not a lot of technology in that. I mean, there are 3D modeling systems that can kind of give people an idea. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it just takes some good old elbow grease to get in there and to do the kind of work that we do.
Any challenges associated with that?
Yeah, I mean, they usually don't call us if it's easy. It's always it's difficult to access something when we get the call. Mm-hmm. And you have your challenges with labor. Is definitely a difficult one when the needs for the crews fluctuate as much as they do. We go from maybe a couple dozen in the off season to a couple hundred during outage season, and it's kind of hard to do those swings, and it happens really fast. So.
Yeah. How do you handle that? Do you go out to temp agent? How do you control your workforce when you've got that much variability?
Right, and I know you started to mention temp agency. I'll say we've taken a lot of pride that we have not yet had to resort to a temp agency. We have myself and the rest of my crew who basically they make everything happen. I just get to wear the fancier hat. They have deep resources, connections, and then those people have connections, and that's really how it works. We put the call out, and we just find the guys, and sometimes they're calling us because they heard, Superior won such and such project, so they're already calling saying, hey, we want to be on that job with you guys. So.
Good. And your bit, is it mostly commercial, residential, new, renovation?
Most of our work is industrial. We do paper mills, power plants, and a lot of it revolves around maintenance and special projects. We do commercial jobs. Nothing's really too big or too small. We do bridges. We can do buildings and structures, theaters, and they need a dance floor. I'll give you one specific job recently was the post office, the sorting facility here in Jacksonville. They needed to replace the sprinkler piping. There was 5 miles of piping.
Oh my goodness.
We hung all of the scaffolding from the ceiling. They never closed the post office. All of the conveyors and sorting equipment continued to run. the entire time that we were there. So.
Oh,
That's
wow,
great.
that is outstanding. That's great. Well, you've been a marvelous guest. We appreciate you joining us on the show. How would we learn more about you, your business, or how would we connect with you?
The best way is to just somebody call that number. It's real simple. It's 888-774-7745. And one of us will answer. We'll get any kind of literature that's needed, direct them to the websites, but we'll be there to answer the call, and we'll be ready to take care of their need.
Well, that's great. Well, I hope you get some calls. So
Yes,
thank you
sir.
for
Yeah,
joining
yeah.
us today.
Absolutely.
And Bill, thank you to Heritage Capital for your sponsorship of today's show and for what you guys do here at the Daily News Network. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you and Jason. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's it, folks. That's the time we have today for the Daily Business Brief here on the Daily News Network. If you'd like to learn more about Jason, about his business, about a lot of other news, trends, and strategies that are happening in our community, be sure to visit us at thedailynewsnetwork.com. Until we get together next time, on behalf of Heritage Capital Group, our sponsor, and Bill Prescott, I'm Jack Sears, wishing you a great day, good health, much happiness, and hey, be sure to treat each other the way you'd like to be treated.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.